Well, this is one of my favorite segments when I have him on. My good friend Chris Hoar, SAT123.com, SAT123.com. Chris, great to have you with us again. It's been too long, babe.
Yeah, man, it's appreciate it. It's good to be back, John. And we've been hit with the snow like a lot of people across the country. A lot of stuff going on out here.
I tell you what, phone service was down, as you know, for a long time. Verizon had this major outing. But see, it didn't affect me because I have this little device right here. It's called a sat phone. You point it to the sky and you call your family. They can call you. It is 100%. It's always on. There's no towers. There's no cell outages. Like we went like 2 days where basically Verizon, you couldn't call anybody up, right? But now, got my little cell phone. I flip it up. I turn it on. I call in. I call my son. They can call me. Their cell phone, if they were in an area where work, they call me. Hey, Dad, what's going on? Just pop it on. You're good to go. I got it for free. I don't have $1,500 lying around, especially in today's economy, right? I got it for free. I think I pay $80 a month, something like that, Chris. I get 90 minutes. They roll over. So I might go 3 months without turning it on, and then I'm using it every day, but I got 270 minutes piled up. So I never pay for an overage. And this is one of the greatest things I have. I never travel without it. I don't go home without it. And I always know that I'm in touch with my company, with my family, with my wife, all my loved ones, right with this phone, 24/7, 365. Everybody should have one.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, John. I mean, especially, look, right now, of course, a lot of people without power, a lot of people without cell phone service, intermittent, and we've got another cyclone bomb coming in, so it's not going to get much better. But look, yeah, you bring up the Verizon issue. Look, this is just the latest latest outage. Last year we had, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 big outages, and they keep coming. You know, what was interesting was that in the middle of the outage, Verizon was saying, well, we're working on fixing the problem, but we don't know what the problem is. That's interesting to me. That sounds like a cyber attack. I don't know. They said it was a software update, but either way, the result is the same. People without cell phone service, and that means a lot of people without emergency coverage. And that's a problem, especially in these temperatures. You got temperatures minus 20, minus 30, minus 40 in some places last few days. If you run into trouble, if your car breaks down on the side of the road, and that's the temperature you're looking at, you don't have long to call emergency services. And if that cell phone of yours has no bars, that's a big, big problem. That's life-threatening. The satellite phones work no matter what's going on with the grid, no matter what's going on with the towers. They're going to get you a connection so you can get assistance. And again, very, very important life-saving equipment these days, John.
It's just peace of mind, man. And it's one of those things where you don't need it till you need it, and then you need it, and then you have it. But I want to just ask you a question. I got mine for free and got hers for free, right? So we got these for free. It's not because you're one of my sponsors, it's because I just follow the rules. How long are you going to give these away? When are you going to like run out, start charging for these? Because they're like $1,500.
Well, look, I mean, we've ever since we brought this kind of promo in, we've done our best to keep it up there. Certainly during COVID, the supply chain kind of broke down, and components ran out and phones ran out, so we had to start charging for them. So we're kind of at the mercy of the market, like everyone else. But we're the only ones who do this offer, John, as you know. Everyone else charges you $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 or more for the same phone that SAT123.com gives you for free. So look, we understand that money is not flowing around there for everybody, especially right now. But we want to make sure that this is not just a device that can be afforded by millionaires and billionaires and the elite. We want to make sure that every American family can have this life-saving device, and that means trying to keep this promo going, free with activation, and we'll keep doing it as long as we can, John. That's our guarantee.
That's why I love you guys, and I love your owner, your CEO, Tina Blanco, is going to be with us next week. She's a visionary. But she's made these available to average working Americans, which I think is so critical. And especially if you got people in your family traveling, you want them to have this in case something happens. And I have utilized it. I can't tell you how many times. Everybody knows. I mean, I've got my sat phone. I know that when I go on the road, I go in a bus tour to Iowa, it's probably going to be 35 below again. But all you got to do is go to SAT123.com, SAT123.com. These things are free, $1,500 value. It's about $80 a month. You get your service. And the rollover minutes, I think, are the other thing because, I might go a month without turning it on. I don't want to pay for minutes I don't utilize, but then they just roll over, and it's like you just put them in the bank, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, you hope that you're never going to need one of these, but the reality is these days more and more you do need these with the cell towers going down, the power grid going down. But if you don't need it, yeah, those minutes just stack up. So because look, when you need one of these things, you might need to, 60, 100, 200 minutes, in one go. Anywhere else, that's going to be billing you per minute. You're going to be paying $1.50 or something a minute extra on top of your bill. But we don't think that's fair, especially if we haven't used the phone for a few months. So we let you roll it over. And we also, you can even get a US phone number for this, John. So instead of the kind of 16 digits standard satellite phone number, you can just have a US number. So your parents or
that's what I've got. I've got just a standard US number. My kid, they called me on it when the service was out. They just dialed it. The phone, my phone was on and was pointing to the sky, and it just rings and you answer it. I mean, it's like, it's another number I've got, and they know when the service is out to call me there, or vice versa. I can call them, and it's not like you have to go sat phone to sat phone. You go sat phone to anything, sat phone to cell phone, sat phone to house phone. If do we still have those? If you did have one, you could do that. But you go, sat to cell to sat. So you're good to go there when you have this service. So, but this is why I love your company, because things that are for the elitist, Tina Blanco has found a way. She's a woman of the people. She's found a way to make these affordable for everyday Americans. This is why I love you guys. I love Tina. I love your company. And you want to go to SAT123.com. Check this out for free. Now, the other thing you guys have done, also as brilliant, is you understand the power of the new satellite internet operation that Elon Musk has put up with Starlink. And I started out by getting the system for my RV, my Trump bus. It's always there. Turn it on. It even have it. And I forgot this. We were in the snow. I don't know where we were, but we put it on one day, and when it's spotty, I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, well, that's because it snowed last night and there's snow on it. Then I realized I go in the system and I put on the heater, automatic heater. So then there's a heat system that melts the snow when you turn it on, and the ice. I mean, it's a brilliant thing. But that's for my RV. I got the big one. But now you guys have made this affordable for anybody in a little portable way to buy this, carry it, put it right by your window. You're going to have the best internet service ever. How's this work?
Well, yeah, it's literally like the sat phone. Which you just point at the sky with the antenna and you get a connection anywhere on Earth. Starlink's the same thing. You point the antenna at the sky and you get a connection anywhere on Earth. It sends out a Wi-Fi signal like the old kind of hotspots, and then you could just log on. Look, one unit can take up to 200 devices simultaneously with a high-speed internet connection, similar speeds to what you used to with 5G or your home internet. But look, ask anyone who's in Iran how useful this unit is, right? When the government comes in, shuts off the internet, they even tried to jam the Starlink service, but Starlink's pretty powerful. They got a lot of satellites up there, so people were still able, in many areas to get streaming videos out of the horror that the government's inflicting on the people there. But anywhere on Earth, this will give you a connection to high-speed internet, no matter what. Again, it's, when you're out there in the sticks, that most of the Earth is not covered by Wi-Fi or anything like that, just like most of the Earth is not covered by cell phone towers. So wherever you go, whatever's going on, this will give you a connection, high-speed data, no matter what. I mean, again, when the power goes down, cell towers go down, yeah, but your internet's going to be gone as well. And look, these days, you or your business do not want to be without an internet.
No, it's a powerful device. You can and they have the new portable units where you can carry it. You can take it on a trip. You can put it in your car, which I do with mine when I'm traveling it, and it's very handy. But the thing is, you're always going to get internet service with it, and if you got a sunroof, you just open it, points it right up. That's what I do. Or if you can also put it like we put it by our window at home. You just put it by the window, and even though there's not a clear sky, like you don't have to go out on your patio, I just put it right by the window. Take up some Sammy space for the cat. He's got to get out of the way. I put it towards the window. I get a clear signal. And you've made these affordable. But the other thing is, if you go through SAT123, this is critical. The one thing about Starlink I don't like is there's nobody answers the phone. There's no service. You have to go through a chat. It takes a day for them to get back to you. So if you really need, if something's gone down, like you got to log in. And then the other problem is if you're not online, you can't log in, right? That's the other problem. Like, log in and go in the chat. Well, if I can log in, I wouldn't have to go to the chat because I can't log in. So I have no service. So, but you guys service it. So if you get the system through SAT123, you can call SAT123. The service is phenomenal, and they'll help you on the phone do whatever you need to do in order to get your system to work. That, dude, is huge.
Yeah, look, it's that we've been providing the 24/7 around the clock US-based customer service for over 20 years. We do the same thing with Starlink. You're absolutely right. People love the product, but when they go to call the company, there's no one there. It takes days to get back to them. Look, if you're in the middle of an emergency, you don't have a day or two, right? And like you said, you have to be able to connect to the internet, in order to get the customer service. And then why would you need it at that point? You're already online.
That's right. That's the whole thing. Because like the other day, and I just had this happen. We were in the snow. And, I've got so I got 2 units on the Trump bus, the big one that's on the roof, and then the small one, case the big one doesn't work, right? So we're trying to find out, and, we're trying to find out a big one doesn't work. You go in the chat, see you like Wednesday. So I call you guys up and they're like, okay, there's a heater. Do you have the heater on? I'm like, what heater? Like, no, here, go here, log in. Here's the thing. Go here, go there, hit this button, hit that button, go to settings. And you see this little thing that says automatic heat when it detects ice? I'm done. What? I never saw that. Click that. So we click on that, and of course the ice melts, it goes on, and now it's automatic. So when it detects the ice, it automatically heat goes on, it melts it. I mean, I would have known that. I would have to go to the chat and then I don't have time. So boom, you guys solved it in 5 minutes. You guys are great.
There you go. Certainly good to hear, John. And yeah, again, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we're open because guess what? Disasters don't happen at convenient times. They usually happen, middle of the night, the day before Christmas, whatever it is. But so that's why we're always here. And all of our stuff and all the people who answer our phones have been using this equipment for years. They're familiar with it, whether it's a sat phone, whether it's a solar power portable generator, whether it's a Starlink unit. They're either going to know themselves what to do or put you right next to someone who's going to be able to answer your questions. But
just got to go to sat123.com. Everything is there. sat123.com. Chris Hoar, you're good to go. And this is just a great service. Get the portable one. Get your sat phone. Look, this is what the future is. And Elon Musk has got this figured out. I'm such a believer in it. Just got to go to sat123.com. Get your Starlink there. It's very affordable. It's competitive with any other internet service you're going to have. And but you can carry it. You've always got it. You're always online. Doesn't matter what happens. Chris Hoar, you guys got it figured out. And a big shout out to Tina Blanco, your CEO, who's dedicated to making these products available to everyday average working people. And I thank her for that.
Always a pleasure to be here, John. Thanks for having me on, mate.
All right. Sat123.com. Big fan. Look. If I'm not using it, I don't promote it, dude. As simple as that. But I love your company. I love what you guys do. And I'm such a believer in it. Thank you, Chris Hoar, for what you do. Stay warm out there. We're going to Iowa next. Eric Branstad is going to be with us. We got Michael Letts backstage. We're packed. Ready to go. Stay with us.